type of upper hand you can get. If I can take off from this 6-story, the top of the parking garage.
Exactly. Or even get your truck higher.
Yeah.
If you can get your truck up there.
If I can take off from there, I may not be able to get all 4 sides of the building, but I can get this side, or I can get this side and half of the other. These are conversations you got to have with yourself before you even accept the job.
Yep.
And sometimes you may not have the answer until you're on the job.
Yeah.
And it yet goes, yet again, I think when you're in that position, I don't consider myself the best drone pilot. I tell you all the time, you're probably better on the sticks than I am. And I can name many. I do feel like that I'm decent at being able to acknowledge some of these things, and how we can get creative and give ourselves a little bit of an edge. And when we were quoting a large state government building here in Mississippi, and truly due to political reasons that was outside of anything related to this job, it got postponed. This was the I'm not going to give it away. It was like a top 10 tallest building in the state of Mississippi.
Yeah.
And I saw the parking garage on one side. Excuse me. But I'm looking at the rest of this building, and I had to be honest with myself. I need to call in an experienced pilot that, not to replace me, but we needed to work in tandem. Number one, the way the let's say, setup, the environment was. Whoever was flying, they were going to be looking up, and I'm talking about at the extreme up angle for a large portion of the job. And I thought that would hinder a vantage point, but also cause some physical stress, which, over the course of a day or two, that it starts to, make you a little uncomfortable. So I wanted another experienced pilot there so we could, A, switch out to give us both a little bit of relief. But B, I thought it would be very smart to have someone further back with a better vantage point
to see,
so we could be in communication with each other. He may have a better vantage point on my flight path. He may have a better vantage point on the contact I'm actually making with the surface I'm trying to clean. And another way to cheat the environment and the elements is to put a DJI up.
Yeah, absolutely.
A smaller drone. Let it go up with your drone now until this whole, multiple drones for one pilot happens. Yeah, that legally requires you to have another drone pilot on site.
Yeah.
And I think it's well worth paying that, because all you're wanting it to do is get up, get a good eye on your drone, what it's cleaning. And what we did was that pilot would stand beside me, and I would use his vantage point of his screen.
Yeah.
And while I was flying mine, and yes, I'm looking up at mine constantly, I'm using his because it's providing a more beneficial vantage point.
Right. And usually from a DJI, it's going to be more quality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Camera quality.
They invested a lot in their...
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's their thing. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Lucid doesn't have the DJI quality camera because that's not what they do. That was not what their drone was intended to do.
Yeah.
If they were going to do that, it would probably be at a price point that none of us were willing to pay.